Hello YouTube and welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time here, my name is Sharida. Welcome. If you are a returning viewer, thank you so much for supporting my channel. All right, you guys, today's video is going to get a little deep into the topic of Sisterlocks versus Microlocks. And I feel like if you are ever a part of any of the online groups, dedicated to Sisterlocks or Microlocks, there is so much conversation about, is one better than the other? What's really the difference? My goal here in this video is to help you to determine what is the major difference between the two so that you can get the lock that is best for you. Now, if that sounds like something you would be interested in hearing more about, then just keep watching. Okay, first, I do want to start with the disclaimer that I am not a Sisterlocks consultant. I am not a loctitian. This is just information that I found during my research as to the best that I understand it. Okay, so I am not a professional on this topic, but I just want to kind of start the conversation because I feel like there are so many instances, when you're in these groups where people get Sisterlocks, what they thought to be Sisterlocks, and they're really not, they're microlocks. And so I feel like the more educated you are on what someone is putting in your head, the better the outcome, because you're going into it knowing what to expect and you can ask the right questions to the person who will be doing your install ahead of time. You don't want to invest this type of money and get something that is not what you wanted because you were ill-advised or ill-educated. So I really feel some kind of way when I get in these groups and, someone will post a picture of their locks and then all of a sudden they'll just start getting all these comments about, I hope you didn't pay the Sisterlocks price, or, just really mean, hurtful things. Someone has spent their hard-earned money to get these locks, and if it's something that they like and that they feel beautiful with, then I don't see what's the big issue. Now, some people will go into the group because they have a question, about, are these really Sisterlocks? Did I actually get what I pay for? And that I understand, but you have to be sensitive to when someone is asking that, because first of all, if you have to ask if what you have is Sisterlocks, they may not be Sisterlocks. When I got mine installed, it was clear as day that what I had was Sisterlocks because I knew what to look for. And if you leave there still questioning what you have, then definitely that is an issue. Okay, so let's get into it. Now, the major difference with Sisterlocks are going to be, Sisterlocks are done on a patented grid, okay? There is no deviation from that, okay? Microlocks don't necessarily have to be done on a grid, though many of them are. They are not confined to that rule, okay? Not only that, there is so much more flexibility with microlocks in the way that they're installed, the parting sizes, and the method of what they're doing to actually lock the hair. Sisterlocks, they can only be installed one way. You have to use the squares, okay? And the parting size cannot exceed a certain amount. Microlocks, on the other hand, can use any style of parting that your heart desires. So you can certainly have squares, you can have triangles, you can have diamonds, you can have circles if there's a way they can figure out how to do it. It doesn't matter. However you want to part it is fine. Like I said, no hard fast rules. The only thing that will separate a micro lock from a, say, a traditional lock is just merely the size, okay? That's it. So Sisterlocks technically are a form of micro lock, but what makes them different is the hard fast rules that must be applied in order for you to be able to say, I have Sisterlocks according to the Sisterlocks brand. Now understand that the Sisterlocks brand, they own the term Sisterlocks. So if they say, you know, you can only have this type of part, this size part, then that's just what it is. So there's no debate about that because this is what they say it is, okay? So you come up with your own designer block and you put a patent on it, it's gonna be whatever you say it is, all right? Okay, another thing to understand is that Sisterlocks are done only with interlocking. Okay, so there is no palm rolling to start Sisterlocks. There is no braiding or twisting to start Sisterlocks. There is a very intricate woven way in which they install these, something that I had never seen before in my life until I was literally getting my install done. They work really hard to keep this stuff like nice, tight, like lip secret. So much you don't know about Sisterlocks until you're actually there getting them done or actually seeing someone get them put in. So they actually have to start from the bottom and they do this weaving process that gets it up to almost, you know, to about the root. And then from there on, they'll do interlocking the rest of the way. And they use a very specific Sisterlocks tool to do the interlocking. Microlocks, you can use whatever tool you desire to install your locks and to maintain them. Now, if I have these in my hair and I decided to self-retighten and I use a nappy locks tool, does that mean I don't have Sisterlocks anymore? No, it doesn't. However, when you get them installed, you're usually going to go to a Sisterlocks Consultant because that is what they say you have to go to in order for them to be called Sisterlocks. So usually they will be using the Sisterlocks tool. They are the only ones that are allowed to use that tool in particular. So if you go there and you see, you know, she's maybe doing, if you go there to say go for a consult, you see she's installing Sisterlocks and she's not using the Sisterlocks tool. The parts are big, okay? The parts are in a different shape than square, and a grid is just not visible, okay? That should be a red flag, several red flags, that you don't want that person to install your Sisterlocks if they're saying that those are Sisterlocks. Your parts are over a certain size, that does take you out of the category of Sisterlocks. Now, Sisterlocks, they go on a average number of locks. So that's another thing. In these groups, you see, okay, I have, you know, 350 locks. Are those Sisterlocks? I have 225 locks. Are they Sisterlocks? It's going to be based on the parting size. Now, someone with my head size, I got a big head. Someone with my head size, my hair density, texture, there it is mathematically impossible for you to put 200 locks in my head and stay within this parting size that will give you a Sisterlock, okay? The parting size will take you out of that. So, that being said, there is no exact number that you have to meet to have Sisterlocks. If I went there with half of my head shaven off and they locked the part that I had hair on because they couldn't do anything on this side, it's bald, right? If they stayed within the grid, if they stayed within the confines of those part sizes, and I left there with 200 locks, I would have Sisterlocks, okay? Now, there are hard, fast rules to Sisterlocks, but there may be variations just depending on a case-by-case basis. So that is just definitely something you have to keep in mind. There are rules, but don't get so caught up in the rules that you're just not, you know, using better judgment or common sense. Now, Sisterlocks requires a specific locking pattern. So they have a 3-point or a 4-point rotation. If you're getting quote unquote Sisterlocks and they're saying, yeah, I'm going to give you Sisterlocks with a 2-point rotation, that does not exist within the Sisterlocks realm, okay? So that too will be a red flag. 3 or 4. 3 or 4, that's all. Now micro locks, there is such a thing called a 2-point rotation. And that's perfectly fine because what? You can do whatever your heart desires for micro locks as long as they're small. And who is to determine what's small? It's gonna be subjective. Sisterlocks are small locks, okay? However, there is a range. I am on the small side. Am I on the like super tiny, teeny size of Sisterlocks? No, because they can get even smaller than this, much smaller. There are people that I know have 1,000 Sisterlocks in their head. I could never, like, I just don't have enough hair density for that. So they're going to vary in size. There are some people that, you know, cannot have as many locks as I have, so their locks are going to be bigger, because what happens is with the Sisterlocks grid, it's automatically going to work based on taking into consideration the head size, the hair texture, and density of that particular person. So this is why they have an average number of locks. So if you get your locks, okay, and you're confident they're Sisterlocks, don't let anyone in a group tell you they're not Sisterlocks because you have 399 locks and not 400. It is an average, it's based on an average. There is no exact number to my understanding. And like I said, there are some things that may slightly change that. If you have a 3-year-old, 3-year-olds get Sisterlocks, okay? I've seen it. Their head is much, much, much smaller than an adult's. So she can fall within the size, okay, that is required for them to be considered Sisterlocks and leave there with, you know, 210 locks. It is very possible because they're just strictly following the grid, and that is the average, that is just the number of locks that she came out with. That does not mean they're not Sisterlocks because she doesn't have 400. 400 locks on a 3-year-old's head is probably too many locks, okay? They're probably gonna be too small. So, like I said, rules, but you gotta use some common sense here as well. Which lock is better? There is no better lock, okay? Me personally, I wanted Sisterlocks because I liked that they had a system in place so that you could feel more confident walking in knowing that you're going to get a lock of a certain size. I wanted small locks. That is what was important to me. So I wanted to go with the lock type that had a hard, fast system in place to guarantee me somewhat a smaller lock. Now, there are no guarantees in life. People get Sisterlocks and they leave all the time with something that they didn't want, okay? That's gonna be based on the loctitian. But if done correctly, I knew that based on my head size, my hair texture, type, I could get a very small lock. That is why I chose to go with Sisterlocks. That is not to say that I could not have gotten microlocks this size. I understand that. But I just didn't feel comfortable going in somewhere saying, hey, I want microlocks. Okay? Because my sister actually has microlocks and I didn't want locks that large. I wanted them to be smaller. So how do you really let someone know what size you're talking? So much of this is just going to fall on the person that you have installing your locks and the way you all have communicated to each other what your desires are and what is going to be feasibly possible for your head. Now, for some people, a micro lock may be better. First of all, they are much more affordable to put in, okay? Sisterlocks are on the pricier end of, I mean, they are the most expensive lock to my knowledge. So that may not be the best thing for you. In that case, like, financials are a huge part of the decision making for Sisterlocks. Micro locks take a lot less time to install because usually what they're doing is they're going to be braiding or twisting. That goes so much quicker than the method used to install a Sisterlock. So I've seen where people get, you know, a whole head of micro locks in about 4 hours. Yes. Okay. Sisterlocks, no, that's just not going to happen. I don't think anyone would be able to do that particular method on a whole head of hair that fast and still stay within the size parameter. My install took 4 days, 40 hours, okay? And my loctician works very fast. So that gives you an idea of how much work goes into this particular method of lock. It is very detailed, very intricate, and you're gonna pay the price for that. Micro locks, you can still have locks this size. Make no mistake, there are people with micro locks smaller than mine, okay? So it's going to be based on what your heart desires. Don't let anyone tell you that one is better than the other. That's not true. If I got these and I couldn't afford to get them, and I couldn't afford the reties and all this other stuff, is that really the best lock for me? No, because it's gonna cause issues in other parts of my life. So who is to say what is better for one person than the other? Who is to say that, you know, Sisterlocks are better than a freeform or better than a traditional lock? It's going to be whatever you want to make you feel your best and beautiful, and that is going to be the best for your lifestyle. That is all that matters, okay? I feel like each and every type of lock style are equally as beautiful, because it's all about how that person feels about their hair, okay? If they are happy with it, so am I, and no one else should have a comment about it. Okay guys, so I hope that cleared up a little of the confusion. Certainly talk in depth with a Sisterlocks consultant so that you can ask them all of your questions, get a thorough understanding, so that you are not asking questions after they've been installed. This is the kind of stuff you need to know before you go for a consult, because this is where you can kind of see, okay, this person is not, no. A lot of people will tell you that they're going to give you Sisterlocks and they're not even trained, okay? They'll give you a micro lock, but you think you're getting something else. Yes, they are very close, very similar, but I think that is a lack of integrity where you're telling someone and charging someone for a certain thing and they're getting something else. I paid my money to get the particular size, but the particular grid and the specifics of the Sisterlock. I pay for that, then I should get that. Micro locks, you get more freedom, okay? That is what is more important to some people. I just wanted this particular look, and that is what I got, and I am ecstatic with it. I love my locks, and I wouldn't change it for the world, all right? So I hope that gives you a little bit more to think about, that clears the air on what's really the difference. You determine what is going to be the best lock for you. All right, you guys, I'm off my Sisterlocks soapbox for today. I hope that you enjoyed the content. Please consider subscribing and joining my little family here on YouTube. I hope that you enjoyed the content. If so, give the video a big thumbs up, and I will catch you on the next one.